What's up, guys? This is my first video on this channel. I just want to do world building walkthroughs and how I do my process and my world, basically. Right now I'm using the note-taking software Obsidian, and that's what you're probably going to be seeing for most of the series. This is my world building log. Um, I'm doing a sci-fi world known, I call it the Procalian Arm. I'm kind of still workshopping the name of it, because I don't know if I like it, but yeah. So basically, it all stems from this world where, after a failed colonization of Alpha Centauri through like a jump gate, this like fleet of ships lands in an entirely different system, um, and it crash lands there in this, not crash lands, but you know what I mean, like gets stuck there, and then they spread out and create different nations. There's all these things, and right now I'm creating the nation that was kind of birthed in that homestead, which is the Commonwealth of Procule, which kind of is a group of people who just kind of stayed there. If you're wondering why it's like I getting this information from like a different source and I kind of copy paste it in, it's because I used to do this on OneNote, and now I'm putting it in Obsidian for the first time because I wanted to switch over with the templates and all that stuff, which you can also do in OneNote. And I kind of just like the graphing view, to be honest. It kind of makes my brain does the whole funny thing where it's like, you get set on this thing, and yeah, no. So it's the first thing that there is, and then you got they're a nation of English Indian descent, I think, and there's like this Creole that I want to make, because I want to kind of make a con lag. No, but I've been developing this world for over, I think, 3 years now. It started as a project for a history class where I had to create my own government, and then I kind of started developing it out, and it's changed a lot since then. At first, it was just all about that first humans are supposed to be aliens in it, but I really didn't like the idea of aliens. I took a lot of inspiration from the Templin Institute's, at the time, the Antares Confederacy, which was now, I think, a long time ago, from what was that called? Stellaris Invicta. Yeah, that was a really big inspiration for me at the time, because I think the series was just coming out. No, and then when the whole Dawn of Victory thing started coming out, I really liked that, and I want to start my own world building project, and you can see that I drew a little bit of inspiration from that in some ways, with how some nations are based. I don't think it's even based on some nations are just the regular nations. Like, I think I had some ideas back in the day, but no, that's actually none of this in the video is actually set solid yet, because it's all still a work in progress. Yeah, but no, yeah. So all this information was already written out, and that's probably going to change. I'll probably change some of it in a future video, because I have to still develop some other nations, and most of the stuff that I used to have, I'm pretty much ripping away. I had a star map and everything. I used to run a D&D game in this, but I'm thinking about changing a lot, just because I want to delve into things more, and I think the story's kind of flat right now in like a war sense. I want to tell more deeping stories, like there's a resulting thing called the Confederal Civil War that caused a lot of nations to become independent, and another superpower to rise, which we'll be seeing in a second, which is called the Socialist Republic of Victoria, which I have a ton of flags for. You'll see the flag in a second. And I even developed a soldier, and it's probably the one soldier design I'm kind of proud of right now that's probably going to stick. And it's probably one of the flags I'm most proud of. I put a lot of effort into its like looking like it's aesthetic, and I haven't put much effort into when I want it to start and stuff, but in like its actual lore and its kind of saving the galaxy. But I kind of want to delve into that. Probably I'll delve either into that next video, or starting a new star map, because I need to start thinking of names to mean something, and not just be coming out of nowhere. Like in my first thing, there were a lot of stuff about Italian, since this is kind of a English, British, and Asian culture. Mostly India. I need to come up with names that kind of go with that and that culture, and I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. Because I think the Victorian nation, the Social Republic of Victoria, is going to keep referring to it as, its languages are Asian. I think it's Cantonese, Chinese are secondaries, and I think English. I can check that real quick. This, but yeah, let me check real quick. Let me. its official languages are, let me look it up. Yeah, it's English. Oh no, I think they have the Creole, and then the Commonwealth just has Indian as a second language, right? Oh no, they both do. I might need to change that now I'm looking at that. I probably should have caught that when looking over the video, but no. No, because I really want to make this feel like I'm just talking to the people on the screen. No, actually that probably makes more sense than mistake. Now I'm looking at that. But that mistake makes sense. Leave a comment if you don't, what you think on that. No, and then there's a third nation that isn't actually, never used to be part of the Confederacy. It's it's not, it's basically a state that is mostly English American, and it draws a lot of influence from the United States, but I want it to also have like a blend of Japanese culture, and I really blended that in. I really like that. And then there's a number nation, which I'm kind of seeing if I'm going to stick with, but I think I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to reveal anything yet, because I think I want to reveal that in the next video.
NBA care about people, but because of, I guess, people will come
no.
at him and almost want.
But they do have different secondaries.
Without regard to his.
No, they don't. I think I'll have to switch that up. I'll fix that right now, and I'll show you at the start of the next video that I fix it. But no, no, it's really cool, and it's got a lot of heart to it, and I put a lot of effort into it. But no, I can explain the Social Republic of Victoria. It started, its first leader, and its kind of like role model is this guy named Isaiah Keller. He's a really inspirational figure. I haven't actually wrote his notes in because I kind of want to maybe rework them. And because when I first worked in the series, I used a lot of AI to help me like rewrite it, and I think it might have messed up some things. And I kind of want to go right back through it and write it my own way, and maybe take inspiration from what that AI version was, but then make it into my own thing. And I also been creating art for it, but I also might want to change that because of how I like it, and I don't know. I also would be interested if anyone wants to reach out. I would also interested in a professional artist or anything. If you want to work with me, I can't probably pay you right now because of this being the first video. But yeah, no. You can see right now I'm working on the Federal Washington Republic and all that stuff and all that, and I think I'm gonna start doing that now. Its capital might change too. I really didn't like that set in the Washington system. I know it's supposed to be taking place in a like United States-based country, but like I might change some stuff up just to make it a little bit more interesting. No, but there's a lot of I want to incorporate like big PMCs that also like control swaths of land and how that's kind of corrupt and how it's kind of corrupting nations. I haven't actually worked on the current state of these governments, and I don't really want to know what my like current present date is, because I have like there's a big event in the late 100 AOs, which is stands for after landing, because it makes, I might change that system to another. I think about it because now they don't land anymore. They're kind of just spreading out from like this central system, which they land the procule system like 1 billion people, and they kind of spread out. And it goes with, this is also kind of got a point of divergence, and I kind of took that from the idea of I want to do some alternate history, and I also took from, again, I like the idea from Dawn of Victory where it was like, oh, there's a point of divergence, which adds like a little bit like pre-Earth history, and I had like another idea when I was like younger where I was like, what if like instead of the Soviets winning the space race and all that, which is like that for all mankind, I want to do this thing where it was like, what if like the US still won the space race, but the Soviets were still like right behind it, and it's like has this whole thing of like overpopulation and all this stuff, which wasn't written into originally, but I read it in afterwards to go with why like 1 billion people would just end up in the system. It didn't really make sense before. Like, why would they be sending 1 billion people? Now it makes sense of there's overpopulation on Earth, and it was kind of like not a last ditch effort, but like an effort to like get people off the planet and all that stuff. So now I want to figure out how I want to do population, because if it started with 1 billion people and it's been, let's say, like 200 years, how many people would that be family wise, and how would that work? but since there's like so many settlers like this spread out and stuff, and there's all that stuff, and also that the Soviets still exist. I haven't even read anything about the Soviets yet. I just know that they have to exist, and I don't know how far away I want them to be, but I want them to be like a super state, and I don't really know if I want them to be rivals. I want sort of like maybe if they were like not rivals with the United States, and they were kind of like, since they were like legacy nations there, like they held that pretty close to each other. Like it almost was like that they thought they were higher. And I have the term legacy nation to mean like a nation that derived from like nation from pre like arrival, and I like that idea. No, but I think next video I'll either work on whatever the whatever Starman map or the Socialist Republic of Victoria, or I might work on the Confederate Civil War. But I also want to make like fully fledged videos describing this stuff to you and not just do these like time lapses of what I was doing. But right now, today all I was doing was setting up the templates and setting up the groundwork stuff, and I think let me know if you don't want me to be doing that, or do you want me, or if you just want me to like do it while I'm talking, where I could live stream. I also thought about doing that. But I think I'll have another one of these, and I'll do like a lore video of some sort of conflict or nation and how it was created. I'll probably do a more in-depth thing on the starting of the well, now it's the Commonwealth, but it originally was a Confederacy, which is a different thing, and I need to do, and that will be a whole thing with doing the links and stuff, because I think that for a lot of, like, for at least 100 years, it's going to be referred to as the Confederacy of Parochial, which is going to mess up a lot of stuff. So I think I'm just going to do an entire note that just says the Confederacy of Parochial, and then it just says redirect and then another link to just the regular thing. But no, I really like that, but I think I'm going to have to see with the United Communists, and I'm trying to do this at least, I don't know, once a week, twice a week kind of thing. Just because of school and stuff. Yeah, but now I'm doing the United Communists of Gina, which is another nation that breaks off from the Confederacy, which I just did, and now I'll do the planet template, which is a lot with this place called Fiero Soto. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's in Japanese, and I'm not fluent or anything. But I have been watching that new Ludwig series. That's a different topic. I might have ADHD, I don't really know, but I got off track really easily. I was looking back because I had the cough, and I realized I was talking about something completely different. I didn't finish the thought, and I forgot it, so we're not going to even go back to that. But no, Fiero Soto is this place where it's like this really big like island place, and I had like this whole lore thing. It kind of got me back into the series because I got really bad what's it called? But it's whatever, like when like you can't write anymore, writer's block, or like I got writer's block for a while on this, and then Fiero Soto kind of brought me back to it recently, and and it's got all these major cities, and I created this thing that was kind of this idea of like that there were species that were once completely from Earth, and now they're kind of gone, and now that they're like not gone, but they've changed and like grown into their environment instead of like just staying the way they used to. But no, and so right now I'm doing a planet template to do more of these, because I think I'll probably do a dedicated video to Fiero Soto, because I really love it and how it is put together. You can probably read a little bit about it, but I want to do a bigger video on it, and it's like all of its different things about it. I also want to maybe start releasing some stuff on like smaller videos, maybe about like specific maybe short, like explain like specific topics in the world, like how like the faster than light travel works, which is really cool. I really worked on that. Like I wrote like complete math problems on that. I completely just forgot about that till right now. Like they are complete math problems, and they're written down in like OneNote, and I had to figure out how to write it down in OneNote just for it, and it was really cool. It might not actually make sense math wise, but it looked really cool. And I have a whole person who created it back in like back in the 80s. That's when it was created, but it wasn't created for the purpose of that. But that's a ton of different lore that I have to figure out. But no, it's really all about the whole this whole thing was about kind of like me using my like history elements, because I really liked history when I was like in middle school, and adding that all in and making like news stories and the stuff that I already know about it. And it's really cool, and I really want to add a ton of stuff like how sports works and how different sports league exists, which I already made, which is like a basketball league, but that was a while ago, and I think I want to make that better because it didn't really make sense, because there was like 70 different teams, and it didn't really work in like a regular season sense, because like the regular season lasted like half the year, and it didn't really make sense. And now that I'm working on Pure Soto, I'm not really gonna talk about this much because it's a lot of just copying information and putting it down, but there's really some really cool stuff like Xenoterran species, which I made up, which was this stuff about I think I already said something about it, but it was like I made this thing that was I can't remember what I called it. I think it was some sort of whale, and these whales adapted there, and now like they're huge, and like I think that really happened because like they could like dominate the planet. I think they were humpbacks, but they grew up to like twice their size and have like hind legs. I really want to draw it, but I really want to do it justice when I do, so it's gonna be a little bit till I do it, because I'm probably gonna study how to draw a humpback whale, and that's gonna be pretty difficult, and how it's gonna have to deal with all the stinking anatomy, and I'll have to look it all up and probably draw it from an angle, and I'll probably draw it from just like left to right angle, just not to deal with all the different dimensions and stuff. But no, I'm really proud of this setting so far, and well, you can see all the different strands that I was looking at, trying to figure out which ones I still need to do, and all the stuff that I still need to write. But some of them are going to connect, so it's gonna be really cool, and I think I'm gonna have a really fun time with this series and talking with you guys, and maybe bring more people onto the creative team, because I really want help. But yeah, thanks for watching, and this was the progress for today, and yeah, thanks for watching the first video. Please subscribe and like this video.